is 50. It's on the bottom with the malignant California, unfortunately. So, that's where the legislative leaders and the House Speaker and Madigan and the Senate President, they're, I don't know, they're apologetic, They try to blame the Great Recession for their problems, but, the recession has hit nationwide, and other states aren't suffering the way we are. So, there's something very fishy, very suspicious, very stinky in the house. And I'm saying this doctor is going to make a house call and clean house. So that's one issue that I'm just commenting on tonight. And then I really have several, what do I want to say, close to my heart, baby, child, whatever, issues that I'd like to deal, given the opportunity when I will have this seat, and I believe I most definitely will. And that has to do with the right to work law. I would like to initiate right to work in Illinois. I would like to foster that and see that happen. For those of you, a right to work law secures the rights of employees to decide for themselves whether or not to join or financially support a union. And my reference to this here is recently the things that are happening at McCormick Place. I mean, we're losing big opportunities to bring tourism and finances to the city because of the stringent tightness of the unions there. For example, the plastic industry, which has been coming to Chicago McCormick Place for years, for the year 2012 and 2015, after nearly 4 decades in Chicago, they announced that they're going to be moving to Las Vegas. And the reason they cite is the high cost of doing business in Chicago. And that has to do with the unions and not being a right-to-work state. About 24 states in the U.S. are right-to-work states. So at least that gives employees a choice. I'm not saying I'm against unions. I just believe that we should have the right to choose if you want to join them or not. So that's another issue that, platform-wise I want to comment on tonight. And then basically there's, another interesting issue is this, if you've heard of eminent domain. And I know you understand that to be the right. It refers to the power possessed by the state overall over all the property within the state. And in some jurisdictions, the state delegates eminent domain to certain public and private companies, and typically utilities, so they can bring eminent domain actions to run telephone and power and water and gas lines. But there's been an abuse of this system when the government attempts to negotiate the purchase of the property. And I think there's some abuse of the fair value. And so I'm kind of interested in that topic. There's been complete taking, partial taking, temporary taking, and we question kind of the fair value and the just compensation on these issues. So I'm kind of studying that more, and I think it's something that I'm going to be more of a proponent of justice in Illinois for. So those are some of the things that I've been kind of studying and focusing on. I meant to talk about a little bit earlier, as I said, when I was in Serbia last week and other, I saw some hospitals there, and I see what's lacking in terms of the healthcare, and it just scares me, the thought of socialism in the United States. I think the less the government has to do in interfering with your life, the much better off you are. And capitalism and free enterprise is what this nation is founded on. That's how the American dream comes true. So as far as Obamacare, you hear other people saying, and I would be very much a strong voice in that it should be repealed and defunded. And there's hope. There's hope, and part of, many reasons why it should be repealed and defunded has to do with, written in there is the pro-abortion aspect that's available there. But where the hope comes in is now 4 states have already declared by vote that they're going to have nothing to do with this. They just reject it. The latest one was in Missouri. So the pro-abortion health care bill that Barack Obama signed received a blow from the state of Missouri. The voters there overwhelmingly rejected a federal mandate to purchase health insurance. And that's important because some of the plans in the program will pay for abortion with federal funds. So there's 4 states that have done this already, and I foresee that Illinois will be jumping on the bandwagon. I'm sure many, many states will. It's going to be a domino effect, little by little, and this is not going to happen, is what I firmly believe, much to their surprise. That's what my gut is telling me. So, in any case, I pretty much want to end with, and I have been throughout, because I don't know how to be anything else, but my statement is to be perfectly honest with you. It's a sad commentary when money wins an elected position and not a person. And I'm kind of feeling this and seeing this, but it's almost strengthening me. My opponent now, because Kevin Joyce has, dropped out and he's already living in Florida, and God bless him, and there is a person who, I should recall his name, who's currently temporarily doing the position. And I think I've blocked it out because I said to myself, I'm not saying any dirt about anybody else. I don't need to. I just need to say what I have to offer that's good. So, in any case, my opponent has superb financial backing of his organization. So, permit me, please, to equate this with a story that's meaningful to me. Mother Teresa, who I'm sure you all have heard of her, she went from door to door to collect donations for the children in her orphanage. So she went to this very nice-looking house one day, knocked on the door, and a man answered, and with her hands cupped out, she sought a donation from him. And he looked at her, and he spat in her hands. He spit on her hands, And so she said, thank you. And she said, well, this is for me, but what about for the children? So she was still looking for the donation. And what happened was he was shocked, and he ended up then giving her, a blank check to take care of her donation. Well, how does this meaningful to me? The organization may give me nothing, but they owe you the best candidates possible. So I am your independent Republican candidate. And I know in these economic times that folks need to watch their funds, yet every dollar donated is an investment in saving our state. You've probably seen the SOS everywhere, and it's saving our state. Above all, if you can join me in giving time, doing phone calls, helping with mailings, putting up yard signs, knocking on doors, talking to your neighbors and coworkers, it's going to benefit all of us. I'm no one's puppet, and I'm not in this pursuit for myself. Our joint efforts are life's calling unto itself. There's strength in numbers. Our state has shamefully spiraled out of control, and it's only committed citizens like you and I that can save our state for ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren. So God bless you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for being here.